in a laboratory, a ruby is created, and it is created much quicker. So it's fooled into thinking that time has elapsed and the ruby comes to be much sooner. So this is someone who can manifest very quickly, okay? And it's someone who has mastered the art of knowing what they want, so that, you know, they have their bow and their arrow and they're ready to shoot. And so they see through what they want. They don't aim at it. They go through it. Hello, welcome back as we continue taking a look at universal symbolism, psychological profiling, and the gemstones of the day as seen through the Sabian degrees of the zodiac. For those of you who are not into astrology, I thank you for checking out these videos. If you are into universal symbolism and trying to understand rhythms that you may feel like, you know, you sense that there's a certain rhythm going on, but where's the playbook? Well, this is one of them. This is one of them. I have been studying these for several years and have found that they repeat, are used in businesses and in music, you name it. Artists feel them at a deep level. So they're worth checking into if you're into universal truths. So without further ado, today we're taking a look at Sagittarius and Gemini 9. That is where the sun is today. But this does not only apply to the sun. It's, you know, if your Jupiter is there, any special, your house cusps, your other planets, asteroids, you know, midpoints, for those of you who are into astrology, these also apply. So thank you guys so much for being here. Here we go, Sagittarius 9. A mother leads her small child step by step up the stairs. An invisible burden carried on the shoulders. A man with green skin, he is dressed in leaves. A woman leading her children up a dark tower. Grasslands teeming with insects and their sounds. The stone for Sagittarius is Lavender Jade. This information will be in the description. It inspires awe. It invites a feeling of mystery, of magic, nobility, and luxury. It helps you interpret your dreams, inspires us to great deeds and accomplishments. It helps with spiritual purification. It increases vision, intuition, psychic awareness. It facilitates astral travel, lucid dreaming, out-of-body experiences. It is a quote-unquote dream stone. This is a teacher. This is taking steps in society. So in nature we walk, but in society and in culture, because there are buildings with steps in them, we build them and we need to teach our children how to use them. So this is step-by-step learning through imitating. So a mother leads her child. She shows through her actions, but she also helps up the steps. So this is someone who teaches. You may be someone who teaches children here. Literal. That's a literal translation here. Imitating and blending in. So a child wants to learn how to walk up the stairs, and they will watch how mom does it, and they'll do it. They'll imitate. So that's the man with the green skin and the green leaves. It's someone blending into society so that they have a freedom of becoming whatever it is they're trying to become. That helps them learn that. So learning through imitating. This could be someone who's an actor. So an overarching theme here is social concern for less evolved in society. So helping those who need to take the next step in society. So teachers and parents, people who lead others. An awareness that the issues that we carry, like the burdens on the shoulder, are karmic in nature, that they come from the psyche. And so this is a person who understands that, and they try to help others through their actions to see how their beliefs may be limiting. So education. Okay, let's take a look at Gemini. 9. Gemini. A medieval archer stands with the ease of one wholly sure of himself, bow in hand, his quiver filled with arrows. A simpler version, a quiver filled with arrows. A ruby growing in a laboratory. Wildflowers growing around the ruins of a temple. Sharp, tiny darts whose tips have been dipped in flower elixirs. A man travels through a dreary land under a dark and threatening sky. Flint is the stone. As a talisman, it offers grounding, it shields from negative and low vibration energies. It is a powerful ally when releasing unwanted habits, addressing irritations, and resolving complicated issues. It's a peaceful sleep aid. It promotes strength and courage. It boosts self-esteem. It aids your ability to channel Earth's purest energies through your emotional and physical body. Aids in self-discovery and helps reveal your past lives when you work with it. Both of these degrees are powerful manifestors. This one specifically, but on this degree it's accessible to both Sagittarius and a Gemini. So a ruby growing in a laboratory, normally rubies are grown in the ground. They take years and years. I don't know how long they take, but they take a long time. But in a laboratory, a ruby is created, and it is created much quicker. So it's fooled into thinking that time has elapsed and the ruby comes to be much sooner. So this is someone who can manifest very quickly, okay? And it's someone who has mastered the art of knowing what they want, so that, you know, they have their bow and their arrow and they're ready to shoot. They don't aim at it, they go through it. That was made clear when I was reading this. So a strong degree of aggressiveness, aggressive ability to manifest quickly. With man's aggressiveness combined with nature, he can quickly get what he wants. When he's on his path, he shoots through whatever obstacles are there. He goes all the way through them. Not to them, he goes through them. And quickly moves on and keeps going because he wants to keep conquering. So this is a degree of conquering. At a deeper level, the idea was given in a Zen format that the practice of archery is to overcome the obstacle of the ego. Archery can teach focus, the ability to concentrate, put the ego aside. Don't think of what you're going to do. Don't consider how to carry it out. The shot goes smoother when it takes the archer by surprise. Being too willful is what stands in the way. To practice to the point of it no longer being an art, that it's just purposeful detachment. True experts are humble. They realize how little they know and that they just need to get out of their own way. That's the higher road here. Therefore, those are lessons that can help us with manifestation in all levels, is to think like an expert archer. They practice and they practice and they practice until they just don't even have to think about it. Just be prepared. You have your bow and your arrows, and when the time comes, you do what needs to be done, but it's almost automatic. It flows. Because you've learned to get out of the way, put the ego aside, and concentrate and be fully present when the time is needed. So this is someone who's very resourceful, a quick manifestor, someone who has precision, could be into bows and arrows, hunter. The reason that they're able to manifest quickly is because they've given up the ways that, you know, they've crashed and burned, they've tried it, it didn't work, and there's the temple that is crumbling and ruined. But now, in an easier manner, the wildflowers grow around the temple. So in working through and living and saying, okay, this just doesn't work anymore. We're going to try an easier way. So here, man is working with nature, and manifestation comes easier. Rebirth happens when we emerge from disaster sometimes, or losing something sometimes that we loved, and we can find a new level of joy. We don't forget what we had, but we can find new joy, and it comes through learning and moving on. What was a big effort before becomes easier because we've worked through it, we've learned it fully. Direct messages, being armed and ready to go, always ready. The Boy Scout or the Girl Scout, you know, you're always ready for action. Whatever comes your way, you always seem to be ready. So a warrior. I did have a dream about this. I don't fully understand it, but it was more like in relationships. It was, I was a little girl, and then all of a sudden it was time for me to dress up as a teenager, young woman, and I was taken into a crowd, like I was being shown into a social setting, and I was taken by the hand around adults. So almost a rite of passage. A little of that going on here too today. I would love to hear any dreams that you've had about these, if you have any questions about them, or if you have some thoughts on what you think these symbols say to you. Otherwise, take care till next time.